Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today a video about Avatar: The Way of Water. I went to see this movie this weekend and oh my goodness, what an incredible film. I received the guidance by my spirit guides, by my intuition that I had to go see this movie. And in all honesty, I had not seen the first one. So I went regardless, and when I first started watching the film, I was questioning why I was there because there were scenes of violence and helicopters catching fire. But I stayed. I stuck around, and then I understood. As soon as they get to the water part of the film, I understood why I was there. It is absolutely breathtaking. And I actually wept. I cried in this film just looking at the beauty, looking at the harmony between the inhabitants of the island, the fish, the plants. It was so beautifully done, so beautifully done. And it reminded me of Lemuria, which is a so-called continent that disappeared, where once upon a time the inhabitants of Lemuria lived in harmony with nature, lived in harmony with the oceans, with plants. Plants were everywhere, flowers, and there was this just beautiful harmony that reigned. And so I believe that this film is trying to get us back there to that time of harmony with nature. There's a clear message about respecting the oceans for me. There's a clear message about also respecting animals. There are over 1 billion animals that are killed every year to serve the human race, basically, and our desires and wants, whether it be for shoes, cosmetics, for all kinds of reasons, clothing, and I believe, and food, obviously, for food. I believe that we should all make a conscious effort, all of us, to reduce our consumption of animal products, because animals are sentient beings. Animals have feelings. Animals have feelings. This is one of the clearest messages in this movie. Animals have feelings, and my goodness, I think we, as human race, we need to really take note of that and be more conscious about our consumption of animals. And with respect to the oceans and the use of water, I know, for example, that genes, just the creation of genes, creates a lot of toxicity within the water, because the process required to create a very, very dark blue or even the lighter blue sends toxic chemicals into all the water systems. So I encourage you to buy secondhand jeans, to wash your jeans less, to wear them more, to buy less pairs. Do we really need 20 pairs of jeans? No. And I used to be a big consumer, so in all transparency here, I used to buy a lot of stuff, but I don't anymore. When I do buy things, because I do love fashion, I buy secondhand. I have found incredible treasures for such low price at the local thrift store for next to nothing. And I know that I'm saving a pair of jeans from going into landfill, and also I'm not buying a new pair that requires this toxic process to go into the water system. So let's be more conscious about water, our use of water when we wash our clothes, our dishes, our hair. Let's use products that are safe, that are non-toxic, that are not tested on animals, and that are good for the water systems. Very important. The other thing that I noticed is the relationship between the male figures and the female figures. It's something that was very noteworthy for me. The main character, the male main character is very strong, is very powerful, but he's also very vulnerable with his wife, with his kids. He shows a beautiful sensitivity and his emotions. So I thought that was really beautiful. And the woman who's a very, very good mother, she's very connected to nature and her children, she's very nurturing. However, when her husband asks her to be the warrior to help protect the territory and the kids, she puts on her suit of armor and she goes to war. She's able to embody that warrior spirit. And I find that in our society, sometimes we are pushed or we are encouraged to have these roles of toxic masculinity or weak feminines who are not supposed to be powerful. We're supposed to be subservient. And I thought that these two characters showed and embodied the beautiful harmony that should exist between a man and a woman. Love the dynamic there. I also noticed that there was a scene where plant medicine is being used to heal someone. And I love that because we as humans often assume that we need to have recourse to toxic or chemical products to heal ourselves. Not all of them are toxic, but a lot of them are non-natural, when in fact a lot of natural herbs can heal us. I healed myself through natural homeotherapy, and my father did too. So we do have the capacity as humans to find beautiful things out in nature. Nature is a pharmacy, so let's take note of that. Of course, when it's necessary, traditional medicine is very useful and can help. I'm just saying that there are times when we can look to nature to heal ourselves, and it's very powerful. And finally, there's a scene in the movie where they connect to trees. They connect to trees and they call it a connection to the soul, the souls of the universe. And this reminded me of the Akashic records. We all have the capacity to connect via trees, by tree hugging or going for walks in nature. We can all connect to the Akashic records of the soul of the universe, and we can get the answers we need. You see these beautiful scenes when some of the main characters, they connect to nature. They just plug in there into flowers, into beautiful trees. And we have that power also. We do have the power to reconnect our souls and our spirit to nature to get the answers that we need in our lives. And finally, there's a beautiful quote where they talk about water being never ending. It's a never ending flow. Water is always there. It's the infinity. And I thought that was very touching. However, it reminded me that if we keep up our consumption, our overconsumption, there will be an end to water. It's not infinite. So we really need to be more conscious of that, to use it, to put it to good use. Buy less jeans, use shampoos, dishwashing soap, even soap to wash your clothes. Let's use non-toxic materials so that it doesn't go into the ocean, into the rivers, and we have more harmony on this planet. Let's try to go back to Lemuria, where we were once upon a time, where everyone and everything lived in harmony, beautiful harmony. That's what we should all aim for, and that is the message I got from loud and clear from this beautiful movie. So I encourage you to go see it. There are some scenes of violence, but it's worth watching them. I actually closed my eyes through one of the scenes because I couldn't take it. But at the end of the day, we do need to see and take notice and be conscious of this violence, because the violence that exists on this planet, we have created it. We, men and women, humans, have created it. So it's important to see it, to witness it, so that we can finally get rid of it and go back to living in harmony, in love, and in beautiful kindness towards the animal kingdom. So that's my video about Avatar: The Way of Water. I love the movie. It's really spectacular. The scenes underwater are absolutely breathtaking. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. And until next time for another video.